Get ready. It's time to surround yourself with some of the best attractions Southern California has to offer. It's time for the Central Florida Sights and Sounds Podcast, California Edition, with your hosts, John and Anne Marie Carigliano.
I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California girl.
Welcome to Season 2, Episode 23 of the Central Florida Sights and Sounds Podcast, bringing you the sights and sounds of Central Florida's world-class attractions. And I'm your host, John Carigliano, and of course is my wonderful wife, Miss Anne Marie.
Hi.
Well, we're still doing our California edition of our shows. We basically concluded our tour of Disney California Adventure. Now we're going to be focusing a lot of the attractions that we did at Disneyland.
Oh yeah, a lot of them we just literally just recorded the actual audio for the ride or whatnot and didn't make a show out of it. So we're just kind of piecing them together at home.
Yeah, I felt like at like a certain point it became just too much of a hassle to just constantly record.
Remember the number
of shows that I had done, and even then, even the ones that I had done numbered became out of order, and then so that's why some of the shows I left the episode blank because I didn't know at what point this was going to actually broadcast. But in any case, we're at Disneyland. We're going to be doing about 3 different attractions here. One, because the second audio that we're going to be doing is like 52 minutes long. It's really super long. And so our first piece of audio that we're going to be doing is our journey on Splash Mountain, which is in, I believe, Critter Country, not in Frontierland.
The inferior Splash Mountain.
So this was my first time going on Splash Mountain. I had not had the chance to do it when I went back in February of 2007 and then July of 2009. And for some reason, we were in the vicinity of it and was like, let's just do it.
It was like a walk-on. It was like a 5-minute wait. It was almost park close, I think.
Yeah.
And it was a little chilly that night. Like, it was not cold, but it was not, you don't want to get wet, you know.
And I think some of the water effects had been turned off.
Yes. Like the big splash at the end. I don't know if they have that there. I mean, ours does.
I think you're talking about the splash that,
Yeah,
like,
the water
when
cannons.
had been turned off. And I have to say, so before we play this, a quick, like, little backstory. I've only been ever used to Walt Disney World's Splash Mountain over at Magic Kingdom. And
Ours is
the second splash that opened. This one at Disneyland was the first. And I feel like the people at Disneyland, or like we learned from their mistake and then we made ours better. But it's really strange because there are certain scenes, maybe in a future episode we'll do this. There are certain scenes that appear in theirs before or after.
It doesn't seem like it's in the, if you're looking by ours, the correct order. And also, like, when you're going up, like after you go up that first lift hill and you're circling around the mountain, it doesn't have any kind of story. It's just there. Like ours has like the little houses and the little vegetable patches and stuff like that. So it gives you a little bit of scenery. This is just like you're in a log going around. Like there's no story at all, and it's really weird.
Yeah, it was very weird. But you'll get a chance. You'll hear what we're talking about. So here is our journey on Splash Mountain. Pretty much. So we'll have the two. 3, perfect. Actually, I'm gonna have 5 and 6. Do I have 5? Oh.
Yeah. If we're gonna have a thing to ourselves.
Fair enough.
Do we fit two in the back? What? Step back. No, they won't let us.
Okay, here we go. Alright, so we got the whole lot to ourselves.
For your safety, just stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the log, and be sure to watch your keys. Have a zippity-doo-dah ride. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y
I feel an omen coming.
Weird not to have a lap bar.
Yeah, it does. Also, I'm not used to the fact that they actually have to keep the weight balance. Oh, hello.
What goes up is sure to come out. Then he lost his man he found. How do you do? And you have that. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. How do you do? Finally, I'm the one. Time to be moving along. I'm looking for a little more than
Look, if you don't let me out of here, I'm gonna bust you wide. As you do, stay away from the laughing place. You must beware the fun. We got your laughing place right up here. So you're looking for a laughing place, eh? We'll show you a laughing place. Time to be turning around. If only you
Oh boy, here we go.
That's just where you going.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh. How'd you manage up there? It's a little damp. Oh man.
As I do with Walt Disney World, I duck.
We all did.
As not as bad as ours.
Judging by the looks on your faces, I'd say you're having a pretty wonderful day. Yes, sir.
Again, no graceful way. No. So, we just did Splash Mountain. I will say Walt Disney World's got this one.
Yes. You can tell the age of the animatronics.
Yes.
Some of them look really, really old.
A little quick history. Some of the animatronics are originally from a little show called America Sings. Oh my gosh, that was the best.
It looks like you're like eating my hair. Yeah, it does.
Did you hoop that up?
Yes, I heard.
You did hoop that.
I did hoop it up. I mean, well, not gonna lie, it's weird going on rides with cameras on it and not knowing where the cameras are.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we know where all the cameras are. This one I knew. So, like...
I was just preparing myself for the drop. Oh my goodness. I believe. Oh, here it is. All right, so before we go any further, thoughts on Disneyland Splash Mountain?
Yeah, I agree with you. I believe ours is the superior one. Again, ours is the newer one, right?
Yes.
But you can definitely tell the age of some of the animatronics. Ours is a lot more colorful.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of the stage lights were like off.
Well, that and like, you know, like when you go up that first lift hill and you get to the first thing, like there's a lot more scenery in ours.
Yeah.
Like it has like the little cabbage patch and like the different houses. Like ours is a lot more filled in.
Yes.
And our animatronics seem a lot newer.
Yes.
And a lot cleaner.
Yes.
These you could tell that they were probably from the 70s.
Actually, this ride opened up back in 1989.
Okay, then they're from the 80s. But you could tell the age on it more. I think ours is, I don't know if this one goes down for lengthy refurbs every year like ours does.
I don't know. I would probably have to ask somebody.
Because ours usually goes down for a 3-month refurb every year.
Yeah.
To freshen up the animatronics and stuff like that. And I did notice a couple things were not working, as the chickens were not dancing at the end.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
And so, I guess ours is probably the superior one.
Gotcha. So that is our little ride review and a little ride on Splash Mountain here at Disneyland. And now you've heard what Anne-Marie and I were talking about with just the convoluted version of Disneyland's Splash Mountain. Again, really classic attraction, just really weird if you've only ever ridden Walt Disney World's.
It was weird, too, because this was the first time we ever had to be on a log that we had to worry about the counterbalance. Because ours is obviously wider with the 2 seats next to each other, so you can sit in whatever row you want if you're by yourselves. We literally had to sit in the middle of the log because of the balance issues. You remember when they because so a little detail that we didn't say, we were the only 2 people in the log. So same thing with Pirates of the Caribbean. The ride vehicles have to be balanced. It's not like a simple sit wherever you want. They have to balance the ride vehicle. So since it was the only 2 of us, we had to sit right in the middle. But really good ride. Weird not having like a lap bar.
Oh yeah, there was no lap bars. So that was well. Our Splash Mountain used to not have any lap bars as well. But yeah, it was a fun ride.
You're in like a seat. Like in this one, you're like straddling something. It's very weird.
It is quite weird.
And our photo of it, I was being absolutely ridiculous, holding on to the front of it, like ah.
So, moving on to our second piece of audio, something now that you can't do anymore. We decided to do the Disneyland Railroad. That encircles the. I think we did a full.
loop.
We did a full loop,
starting in New Orleans Square, going around back to New Orleans Square.
Correct. So, and then after. I think we had a fast pass for Haunted Mansion Holiday.
Yeah, there was some randomly there, and we're like, okay, well, let's do that. Let's go on the railroad, and then we'll go on Haunted Mansion Holiday, since it gets off at the same. I mean, it gets off in New Orleans Square, and it's like right there. So
Yeah, so it was quite convenient. So you'll hear the entire loop going through. You'll hear the Primeval Whirl. You'll hear going through Tomorrowland and Main Street and Adventureland and ending up in New Orleans Square. So sit back and enjoy the Grand Circle tour of the Disneyland Railroad and one of my now favorites, Haunted Mansion Holiday.
I know. Like the second we got on it, like I turned around to look at him, and then he was already like.
I mean, I will say New Orleans Square is bigger than our Liberty Square.
Oh yeah, Liberty Square is a joke.
So it was like he was crying, like this is really cute. It's really
Essentially, all Liberty Square
yeah.
has
So
is
like I really wanted him to go on it.
presidents.
And I was like, oh god.
Main
Alright,
Street.
folks, once again, at this time, the train is now clear to depart. Please remain seated, keeping your hands
And Liberty-
on
and,
your feet
uh,
legs
Liberty Bell.
inside the train, seating all small children away from train openings, either on your lap or the bench next to you. Our next stop will be Mickey's Toontown Depot. Unfortunately, Mickey's Toontown is closed and will remain closed until tomorrow morning. This will, however, be your stop for all of Fantasyland. Once again, folks, at this time, please remain seated and supervise your children. Thank you.
To those who just joined us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please, watch your kids.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
We're now entering Splash Mountain, where every day is a zippity-doo-dah day. If you look real hard, you might just find your laughing place. We're now passing over Critter Country, where Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Brer Rabbit, and Brer Bear make their homes and embark on fun-filled adventures. Although this land was made for critters, human-type folks are always invited to stop in to visit this land. We're traveling along the rivers of America and into the American frontier as it looked more than a century ago. This area is so rich with natural beauty and wildlife, you can see why the early settlers were inspired to move west. You're seeing this view just like many of them did, from the comfort of a genuine steam-powered train.
As a courtesy to your fellow passengers, please refrain from using flash photography.
Hundreds. The time it took folks to reach the West dropped from months to a matter of days. Why, steam power not only fueled the trains, but the dreams of a whole new generation as they settled this great frontier.
Alright, folks, on behalf of the fireman, the engineer, the front conductor, myself, welcome aboard Holiday 5 of the Disneyland Railroad. At this time, we're currently making our way to Mickey's Toontown Depot. Once again, Mickey's Toontown is closed and will remain closed until tomorrow morning. However, this will be your stop for all of Fantasyland, featuring It's a Small World Holiday, the Matterhorn Bobsleds, Peter Pan's Flight, Mr. Toad's The Wild Ride, and much, much more. This is also the beginning point for the 8:45 showing of Paint the Night, which started about 6 minutes ago. Right here, It's a Small World. There will be a repeat performance at 10:45. The parade will start on Main Street and end here at It's a Small World. We also have our fireworks show at 9:30, weather permitting. Disneyland Forever will happen above the skies of Disneyland. The best place to watch that is on Main Street. However, seeing as they are fireworks and they happen in the sky, you can see them from virtually anywhere in the park. If you're going to be exiting the train up ahead, please remain seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop inside the station. For those of you continuing on with us, we kindly ask once again that you please slide down towards the end of the row, away from the center opening and towards the glass windows to accommodate the guests we have waiting at the station aboard. Your help will be greatly appreciated, and we will ask you to slide down if need be. Once again, folks, up ahead is Mickey's Toontown Depot, your stop for all of Fantasyland.
I will say, I'm gonna miss that parade.
And then we're gonna go home and see the Main Street Electrical Parade on the throw up.
Probably so.
Actually, better right here.
So one thing we missed on this trip, and we won't get to see it. We know we won't. Is the Mickey and the Magical Map?
Yes.
What is that show?
Basically, I mean, it'll probably still be running here. Hopefully, when we come back again. Sorcerer Mickey is trying to complete this map, and this little like blob, this like the dot or something, which is supposed to be ink, keeps on running away, and so it kind of takes them. It's a pretty neat show. It's hard to describe what it is.
It was like we were gonna go today, but it was only playing on the weekends
Yeah.
for whatever reason. We missed it.
Yeah, we missed it, unfortunately.
We were seeing a spaceship.
That was Saturday.
Yeah, that would be a weekend.
But what about Sunday?
Sunday we were at Universal Hollywood.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
And we came back here at night, but they wouldn't go to next.
Yeah, they're done.
Because we did candlelight that night.
No, I don't know. Are we gonna see the parade? What is that? Oh, I see Slinky. There it is.
Yeah, Slinky Dog.
Dad, look, Slinky.
That's one of my favorite quotes.
That's it.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're currently holding on a red block light while we have a few of the parade floats across our tracks up ahead. As soon as they're clear, we will be getting our green and be on our way to Tomorrowland Station. Once again, folks, we're just waiting on some parade floats to cross our tracks up ahead. As soon as it's clear, we'll be on our way.
So the same guy who designed Festival of Fantasy designed this.
Paint the Night, yes. His name's Steve Davidson. Him and his team designed a lot of these floats. Or pretty much all the floats.
And like you can definitely hear it in the music. The Can We Do is again sort of, it has the feel of Festival of Fantasy.
Yeah.
Like the music sounds exactly like the same. And there's the friggin' Nature Electrical Parade music.
Yep. You have to remember, it started here first.
I don't care, I still don't like it. I think that is the only float I don't like.
The bell. The bell
Like,
float.
Her dress creeps me out. I don't know. It's just, like she's standing. I don't even know how to describe it.
That's a big mermaid. Not a mermaid, that's Belle. Oh, I thought that was Little Mermaid because it's big tail and red. You're going.
Alright folks, once again at this time the train is cleared to depart. Please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train, keeping all small children away from train openings either on your lap or the bench next to you. Our next stop will be Tomorrowland Station, where you can visit yesterday's, tomorrow's, today. Good luck figuring that one out.
Yesterday,
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please, watch your kids.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
As we steam on through Fantasyland, you may want to take one more look at the majestic Matterhorn Mountain and the happiest cruise that ever sailed. It's a small world. Ahead of us lies the future. Well, I guess we all know that. What I mean to say is, we're heading into Tomorrowland,
Agri-future.
where everything is possible. If you look overhead, you might catch a glimpse of a monorail. When Disneyland introduced the monorail back in 1959, it was the first daily operating monorail system in the entire Western Hemisphere. Winding below us is the Autopia, where drivers of all ages can get behind the wheel of a car, and no license is required. If you ever wanted to become an astronaut, then you might want to stop at Space Mountain and Star Tours, where they got some newfangled flying spaceships that'll launch you into the deepest reaches of space. And you can ride them if you got the mind and the nerve. Well, folks, we're now arriving at Tomorrowland Station. If you'll be leaving us here, just stay seated until we come to a full stop. Gather your belongings and step carefully from the train. Thanks. Have fun in the future. For the rest of you, just sit tight. We'll be on our way again in just a minute.
Let's go right now. Let's go right now.
Go ahead.
You got it? Okay, you got your toys in your hand, so. Sorry.
Go. First we gotta sit around somewhere.
Thanks. You're welcome.
So how is the Autotopia different from the Speedway?
Oh, it's pretty easy. It doesn't. The scenery's better. The landscape's better. It's not as boring as crap.
Thanks. You're welcome.
I was like, there's little highways and whatnot. You take off.
Thank you. How that makes us look in championship.
So yeah, that's the difference between the Autopia and our Tomorrowland Speedway.
What else is this gonna happen?
Which is
The fact that we have to ride there and save money.
Yes, I will agree there.
We got 5 more. ladies and gentlemen, we are currently holding on a red block light. It just means that the train in front of us hasn't quite given us the space that we need in order to advance into Main Street Station. As soon as it departs its current station, we will get our green light and head on to Main Street. Now, on the way to Main Street, once again, folks in the tunnel up ahead, please no flash photography, video lighting, or light of flashing toys of any kind. Alright folks, at this time, this train is now clear to depart. Please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Leaving all small children away from train openings either on your lap or the bench next to you. Our next stop will be Main Street Station. Once again, in the tunnel up ahead, please no flash photography, video lighting, or light of flashing toys of any kind. Thank you.
To those joining us, welcome aboard. The next leg of our journey will take us along the rim of the Grand Canyon. It's a mighty long drop to the canyon floor, so for your safety, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Be sure to watch your kids and no flash pictures, please.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Por favor, no tome fotografías con flash.
That was the Grand Canyon as we know it today, but it wasn't always that way. Quiet now as we travel back in time, back to the fantastic primeval world, land of the dinosaurs.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're currently making our way back to Main Street Station. This will be your stop for Main Street USA, the park exit, the entrance to downtown Disney District, and your stop for all the trams, shuttles, buses, and much, much more. Anything that you need to get home tonight. If you're going to be exiting the train here, please remain seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop inside the station. For those of you traveling with strollers or wheelchairs, we highly recommend that you keep them folded until you reach the street below, as there are no ramps here at Main Street, only stairs. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we're about halfway through Paint the Night, our new electrical parade, and right after that is our fireworks show. So if you're trying to catch a view of the fireworks, this is your stop.
Alright, folks, please remain seated at all times, keeping your hands off speed and length inside the train. Also, please supervise little ones, keeping them away from all the train openings.
Hello, folks. Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. We're now embarking on a grand circle tour of the Magic Kingdom, with stops at New Orleans Square, Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland, followed by a visit to the Grand Canyon and Primeval World. We got a lot of traveling ahead of us, so remember, for a safe trip, you need to stay seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please, watch your children.
Bienvenidos a bordo del Disneyland Railroad. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Uh-oh. Did you folks hear that? Sounds to me like we've reached the wilds of Adventureland, where you just might run into a lot of savage critters out there, including lions and tigers and tiki birds. Everybody best be on the lookout. You never know just what may show up. We're approaching our first stop, New Orleans Square Station. This station serves Frontierland, New Orleans Square, and Critter Country. If you'll be leaving us here, please remain seated till the train comes to a complete stop. Then watch your step while getting off. Have a good time in the frontier, you hear? For those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our...
Alrighty, folks, this is New Orleans Square Station. Yes, sir, for Indiana Jones Adventure, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Splash Mountain, Undimensional Breath Special, Hashtag Skellington, and his friends. Pirates of the Caribbean, the world famous Jingle Cruise, and much, much more. We do ask you kindly to remain seated until we come to a point of leaving us. And the front rail, or both of us have conductors have stepped off first. Please supervise your little ones at all times, keeping them away from all the train openings. Yes.
It's the same line. America. No way. We're not too fast because you'll lose us.
All right, so we did a grand circle tour of Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom. We're here at Disneyland. So, what'd you think? We finally did a grand circle tour.
We had done, like, up until this point, we have gone partial ways. And so it's the first time we went all the way around.
And of course, we saw Paint the Night as it was passing by.
Paint the Night. You know, the primeval thing, was that from the 64 World's Fair?
No, that was added in the late 50s.
Okay. Because it just seems so random.
It was an added attraction aboard the railroad. So it's like a diorama. Anyway, we're going to now be heading into Haunted Mansion Holiday.
Yeah, but sometimes...
Regular line right through here, fast pass entrance over here.
Use this. Use this.
This makes me want to watch The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Right?
All the way forward, please. All the way forward.
Twas a long time ago, longer now than it seems, in a place that perhaps you've seen in your dreams. For the story that you are about to be told began in the holiday woods of old. I know you're curious to see what's inside. It's what happens when two holidays collide.
Welcome, my friends, to our Christmas delight. Come witness a foolishly glorious sight. It's time for our holiday tale to begin. There's no turning back now. Please, come all the way in. Our holiday tale is a tale that's quite charming. But during this season, it's sometimes alarming. So relax and reflect. Feel free to take pause while we tell you a tale about dear Sandy Claus. 'Twas the nightmare before Christmas, and all through the house. Not a creature was peaceful, not even a mouse. The stockings, all hung by the chimney with care, when opened that morning, would cause such a scare. The children, nestled all snug in their beds, would have nightmares of monsters and skeleton heads. Happy holidays, everyone! One holiday you will want to survive. Jack Skellington came here from Halloween Town. You'll notice his handiwork scattered around. This year he's decided to play Santa Claus. But when Halloween creates Christmas, you might see a few flaws. And now, a dark carriage will take you away. Sit back, rest in peace in your black Christmas sleigh. Your sleigh will accommodate one or two more. We hope you're prepared for what Jack has in store.
Thank you very much.
It will look down with ease and keep a close watch on all children. Please. All good ghouls and boys must sit safe in their seats and keep in their sleigh all hands, arms, legs, or feet. Si cuidas a tus niños, todo marchará felizmente. Los fantasmitos y fantasmitas deben quedarse en su asiento. Y en el cochecito mantener brazos, manos, piernas y pies adentro. More rapid than vultures, the mansion was changed. All was soon covered, adorned, and deranged. And what to your wondering eyes disappears is Jack's little friend Zero, the ghost dog reindeer. Nothing here was forgotten. It all looked so pleasant. A coffin Jack says makes a fine Christmas present. A man's laugh makes a wonderful ring, as long as you don't get caught in its teeth. Jack's holiday vision was unlike no other. So ring out the bells, there's more cheer to uncover.
That love and romance may succeed. On the first day of Christmas, my ghoul love gave to me a star, a brilliant star for my fortune card tree. On the 13th day of Christmas, my ghoul love gave to me 13 rings of power, embracing strength that never ends. 12 signs.
With some treats and some games, you can make a scene merry. Why, even a gingerbread house could seem scary. All at once, happy haunts did materialize, like a nightmarish painting by Currier and Ives. Full of toys Jack had slung on his back. They were strange and bizarre, and on the attack. Sandy Claus worked his magic both outside and in. But one final touch made his bony face grin. Now what better gift on my friends to bestow than a graveyard that's covered in ghostly white snow?
I have a special present just for you. Happy holidays, everyone! What's your name? Come on, don't be shy. It's Christmas!
Garments made of iron chains, hands glowing bright.
Hands and arms inside your blanket, all furniture for this. Be a monitor for your safety.
With the ghostly floor.
What's this? What's this? Jolly dear old Sandy Claus.
What's this?
With your sack of cream.
Your visit. We will continue our holiday tour until time.
What's this?
What's this? Garments made of iron chains,
Hands glowing bright.
ornaments for the tree of fright.
We will continue
Too late now. It's time for your gift. Give us
Please exit to your left by stepping away from the crossing left first. Step out and stand on the platform.
Hurry back. Hurry back. Be sure to bring your Santa Claus sack. I'll be waiting to open my Christmas present. Hurry back. Hurry back.
So again, really fantastic ride on Haunted Mansion Holiday. We got fireworks going off right now.
And terrible fog, so that's horrible.
Yeah, and terrible fog, so fantastic.
Of course, we're used to that in Florida.
Yeah. So again, really wish this version would come to Florida.
It'll never happen. Right here.
With current management, it probably won't. We need to get new management. What? Yeah, it is depressing. Because
I think from what my first time here, it's like the stuff I've experienced. It's like they really try to make things different, and I understand that it's a different animal out here.
Yes.
You have your locals, you have your mostly Southern California people, or in the area people. People don't try. I mean, some people do, but it's not 95% people from out of town.
Yes. Yes.
So you have to keep things fresh, because if you don't, then they're not coming back.
Correct. But yeah, I agree with you there. So, yep. Anyway, so that'll conclude this little trip on the railroad and Haunted Mansion Holiday. Alright, so that was our trip around Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom and also going on Haunted Mansion Holiday. And what actually, I don't think I ever got a chance to answer you. What was your impressions about Haunted Mansion Holiday?
It was awesome. It was just way better. I think it's just like you think it's way better because like it's not here, like we don't get it. So it's like, oh my god, it's awesome. But I mean, it is awesome, but it feels even more awesome because we don't get that kind of stuff at Disney World.
And actually, it's kind of relative to this, but you actually did, as a cast member, you get these behind the scene tours that you can be a part of and whatnot. And you did one of Haunted Mansion, and I believe you're going again for another Haunted Mansion tour
because I'm awesome.
Yeah. What was actually some of the things that you actually learned? Because one of them is actually related to Haunted Mansion Holiday.
Oh, with the Jack Skellingtons. There's a lot of hidden Jack Skellingtons in Walt Disney World's Haunted Mansion. One of the main ones that you can actually see very well is in the main room when you walk in and you see Master Gracie. As he ages, if you look in the center between his eyes, you can see a Jack Skellington, like as he becomes a skeletal figure, you see his head. And
can I just say, I find it funny that you're pointing at your head, like people can actually see what you're pointing at. Sure,
they can see me. And there's a couple of other ones. There's one like when you're going through the library in the beginning. At the bottom there's a book on the ground, and it has a Jack Skellington on it. A lot of these hidden Jack Skellingtons, though, you can only literally see with a flashlight. Like, you can't see them. And a lot of them are in the attic scene, like, way back in the back of the scenery. Like, you're going to...
And is there a story behind why there's actually Jack Skellingtons there?
Because they were going to... when it went down for the major refurbishment that it went, when it added the attic scene, which was in...
2007.
I knew you were going to know. So in 2007, they were actually thinking about making it a Haunted Mansion holiday almost type thing all the time. Like, it was going to be re-themed Nightmare Before Christmas. And it just never happened. So they put all these Jack Skellingtons in as like a nod to that.
Yeah, because we were really super close of having something like this. Like, and I guess between the planning and the execution, it just never materialized. But if you really want to, I guess, really kind of figure what ours would be like as a Haunted Mansion holiday, you can actually go to Tokyo Disneyland during their Christmas time, and they actually have the same type of facade as we do. Okay. And you can actually go and ride theirs, and that kind of gives you a sense of what ours.
They do Haunted Mansion holiday, but with our
mansion.
So, like, is their mansion like how ours is in the beginning? Like how we have that, like, we have the extra scene in our Haunted Mansion that they don't have.
That I don't know. I've actually never watched a video of Tokyo Disneyland's Haunted Mansion. The one fact that I knew that's really odd is there are Haunted Mansions in Fantasyland. There's no Liberty Square or anything like that, so it just...
Well, it would be weird if there was a Liberty Square in Japan.
There's a Western Land.
Well, that makes sense, but the Liberty Square is kind of American.
But for right now, the only stateside Haunted Mansion holiday that you can go to is at Disneyland.
And the cool thing about Haunted Mansion Holiday is it's an overlay that lasts for like 3.5 or 4 months. Because it starts around
Halloween.
It starts. So I'm guessing September is when it starts, and then it goes all the way till January. So like you have ample time to go see it. It's not like it's a month and a half.
Yeah,
like,
this is true.
Like a Jingle Cruise
or It's a Small World holiday, where this one actually lasted like all the way into the end of January.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, January 25th was the last day.
And also I don't know what's going to be when they reopen the Disneyland Railroad, how that's going to sound in reference to what we have, like how much of it's going to be cut out.
Yeah.
Or if it's going to go through Star Wars Land, which is...
No, it's going to be the path is going to change. Okay. So they're adding that bridge trestle. And there's going to be some waterfalls. So the scenery in the back part between Tomorrowland between Toontown and the Nuance Square is going to change.
So you're saying there's not going to be an old-timey railroad going through space?
No.
Well, that's unfortunate because that would be pretty awesome.
The theming wouldn't work for that.
But it would be hilarious.
No. So I think that'll do it for this week's show.
I believe it will, sir.
Little update. Next week's show, we'll be doing some more stuff from Disneyland because we've still got a crap ton of audio to go through. So if you are liking a lot of our Disneyland shows, well, don't worry. We still got a lot left. So, again, you can email the show at podcast@cfsas.com. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JohnCFSS. You can follow Anne-Marie at AnneMarieCFSS. Do you actually have an Instagram?
I do, but I never use it.
You never use it? Okay, never mind then. And also you can follow our main Twitter account at CentralFLSAS. I really got to thank Anne-Marie recently for the coverage that she did of Harry Potter Celebration at Universal Orlando. She did a fantastic job covering it.
And watch my videos.
And watch her videos. She did actually shot some videos with her iPhone, which still is amazing that the video quality on a cell phone is like that good. So yeah, go check those out on our YouTube. I also put up 3 new videos. One of some of the shots that Anne-Marie took of the Space Shuttle Endeavour when we got to visit it at the California Science Center. I also put up a video of Storybook Land Canal Boats with the addition of Arendelle. Frozen. And also of the Roger Rabbit cartoon spin in Mickey's Toontown.
Honestly, by the time the season is over, because we have like 85 more shows left, like the Frozen Ever After might be open.
Right. You can like us on Facebook, and of course, as I said before, you can head to our YouTube page. So just search Central Florida Sights and Sounds, and we've got
watch the WB tour because it's awesome.
Oh yes, the Warner Brother Harry Potter tour. They kind of go through a lot of the steps that they made to make the movie.
Because actually, one of my managers went on the real one in London, and it was like an 8-hour tour. This one's like 7 minutes, but it's still pretty cool. You learn a lot. You get a lot of information. Like, they were really great. I wish it could have been bigger. I wish it could have been like a whole soundstage. That would have been really cool.
Warner Brothers, if you're listening, you might want to do that for next year. Could just rent out the soundstage. Just bring stuff over. So, with that, I think that'll conclude this week's show. Say goodbye, Anne-Marie.
Goodbye, Anne-Marie.
And for myself, so long and have a magical week, everybody.
Kungaloosh!
So that... Okay, okay. Anne-Marie has been doing this weird hand signal every time I get ready to record. Like, it's like, you're on! I'm not actually going to put this on. You're an ass.